Hey guys, so it has been absolutely forever and I am so sorry about that. As you guys know, I'm Sarah from Who I Am Among the Pages. If you haven't been here before, hello, I hope you stick around. Um, but for those of you that have been here, I am so sorry. I have not made a video since August. But as you know, I went away to college for the first time. I spent my freshman year at a community college, which I really recommend everybody do, but that's a whole different subject. But I was spending my first year at university and life really took off. I had mentioned in my last video about not wanting to make videos too much because I had a roommate, and of course I didn't really want to invade her privacy. She ended up moving out though, so I really had no excuse other than I just didn't want to do it. And now, I mean, we've been in the lockdown since like what? Where I am at like the middle of March, and I have nothing but time. And unfortunately, I don't know. I don't feel like you get as much done when you're in lockdown. It just, there's so much going on outside. You're so focused on finding out what's going on outside that you just don't get things done. At least that's how it's been for me. I hope it's been different for you. Um, but so yeah, now I'm almost finished with my sophomore year of college. And for those of you that don't know, I am a creative writing and English education dual major. I started out at Virginia Tech as just a creative writing major, and if anybody's looking for a creative writing program, Virginia Tech has the best. I'm sure there's other colleges that have a more famous one, but Tech really, the professors you get to work with, they're just outstanding. I absolutely love most of my professors. There's one or two in the bunch that you just don't mesh with, you just don't gel with as well as you do with others, but really it's been such a great experience. But last fall, it was about halfway through the semester when we did our course request, I went ahead and talked to my advisor and added the education major. So I'm a dual major, so I'm pretty busy. But I'm now on track to be an English teacher. I'm hoping to teach, I'd like to teach high school and preferably like seniors because I really want to teach either American Lit, which at least where I'm from is junior year, or British Lit, which is senior year. I know that changes everywhere from school system to school system. But I'd like to stay close to home, so I'm kind of going off of those guidelines. Um, so yeah, I've just been really busy with school. If you don't know, Virginia Tech is really famous for its football. So in the fall with football season, and I had a job, and I actually had an overloaded schedule. I took one extra class last fall and then the spring because at community college, I don't know if this is the same everywhere, but you might want to check if you're going to go the same route I did. Community college, a full semester for me was 4 classes, whereas at university it's 5. So I was technically 2 classes behind the average sophomore. So to get caught up, so I could do all the fun things junior year, like order my class ring and go to the ring dance, which is basically like college prom. To get to do all that and then to graduate on time, I would have to make up those 2 classes at some point. So I just decided to get it all done this year. So then the 2 last years, when I knew I wouldn't feel like doing as much, I could just have a little bit more fun. And it's gone well, but you get busy, time gets away from you. I was so lucky to find a group that I hung out with, and I spent so much time. I met my favorite NASCAR driver. It was really something. And the spring semester came, it was going well, but then of course this happened. And I hope everybody's doing okay. Virginia, it is what it is. We're lucky to be one of the less hard hit states from what I know. So any of you in New York, I really hope you're doing okay. Feel free to reach out, and I wish you the best with all of it. And it looks like we're gonna come out of it soon, so just keep your head up. So we have been in all this, and I haven't been as productive as I should be, especially with online classes, because I don't like online learning. Just me. I mean, some people do great with it, but I took an online class at community college and I hated it, and it has not been fun. But so I've been working otherwise on what I'm hoping is going to be my first traditionally published novel. Um, it's I don't want to say too much because I'm really hoping to go on and get this traditionally published. It basically follows a female protagonist, and she has become the head of a coven of witches with without really wanting to. She's definitely an unwilling hero. She doesn't really want to be where she is. And she happens to become the head of this coven at the same time that one of the greatest prophecies in this society's history is coming to fruition, and she's trying to navigate those waters while also coming into her role as a woman and as the head of one of the most powerful bodies of people in the world. Whether people know about it or not, they have tremendous control over almost every aspect of life. So I'm really enjoying writing it. I've put a lot of work into it so far, and I've never been much of a plotter, but I'm really taking time and working my way through this like I never have before. And I'm also working on another story that's actually posted on Tumblr, because I had never gotten involved with Tumblr like a lot of people did. So I tried that out, and it's slow. I'm just posting little piece by little piece. But you're following 3 characters and how they all are going to intertwine, because there's 2 of them have an arranged marriage and the other one was going to marry the other character. So I was thinking about posting on Wattpad, because I already had an audience on Wattpad, and I have not been very good about keeping up with number 9 and publishing pretty much anything but poetry. So if you guys would be interested in that, because it's definitely a fantasy, they're fae, and there's a lot of magic involved and a lot of politics. If you guys would be interested in that, let me know. If not, that's fine. Like, it's just something that I'm doing to kind of keep my mind fresh from working heavily on one project, to kind of take a break, stretch my muscles, just do whatever, so there's no pressure for it. So it might not be very good, but I like it. I think it's a cool story, and it's kind of coming together on its own without me doing a whole lot. So I'm happy with it. I've also been reading a lot. As you guys know, Sarah J. Maas's Crescent City, or House of Earth and Blood, the first book in the Crescent City series, just came out last March. I think it was March 3rd. So I did get that and read it, and I have some really strong feelings on it, and I think my next video I'm going to do a discussion about it, because there's a lot to unpack, and I've really enjoyed watching other people's reviews and discussions about, I keep wanting to call it Crescent City, but House of Earth and Blood. And I've recently learned that Sarah J. Maas is like a pretty controversial writer, and I didn't know that. I just took her books at face value, enjoyed them, and went on. So if you guys have read her books and think they're controversial, let me know why. I just, it's news to me, because I always loved her. I love Throne of Glass. I especially love the Accord of Thorns and Roses series, all of them. And I heard there's a new one of those coming out, so I can't wait. But yeah, so if anybody knows more details about that than I do, please let me know. I've also been reading other books. Like, I had started the Raven Cycle series by Maggie Stiefvater back in the fall, so I'm reading the second one of those, The Dream Thieves, and it's really good. And I also just finished up Eliza and Her Monsters, which was such a sweet story, and I'm definitely going to do a video on here soon, because I just want to talk about it, and I can't find anybody else that's read it, and it's so sweet. I just loved it so much. So what's coming up? More or less what I just talked about. I want to do a video on Crescent City, on House of Earth and Blood, and I really want to get to know what other people think about it, because I have some really strong opinions about it as a writer and as a reader, and as an English major. Like, 3 different facets looking at the same book, from 3 different points of view looking at the same book. There's a lot that I loved and a lot that I hated about it. So I'm going to be doing a video on that, and that is going to be a long video, so I completely understand if you don't want to watch it, because if you didn't read the book, or if you don't want spoilers, sorry. But yeah, then I'm going to do a video on Eliza and Her Monsters, because that is, again, it's just such a sweet high school story about this girl who's really struggling with, I would say, like, depression and anxiety. And she's pretty much living all of our introvert dreams by having this anonymous webcomic that has exploded, and it's everywhere, and it's amazing, and I love it so much. And I think it is one of the best representations in at least YA literature of mental illness. It's so it does it without glamorizing it. It does it without, you know, without romanticizing anything about it. That's just a part of the character, not the character herself. I hope that makes sense. It does in my head, but I don't know if it does out loud. So yeah, and if there's anything else you guys want to see from me, like a writing vlog, or, you know, me talking about any of my Wattpad stuff, I'm more than happy to do that. You guys just gotta give me ideas, because as it looks now, you know, I had a summer job lined up with the county. It was sort of like a county-wide daycare through our school system, to help out with my teaching, and now it looks like that's fallen through because I don't think they're offering it anymore. So it's looking like I'm gonna have a lot of time on my hands until about August, when I move back down to school and into my apartment. And then we'll have a whole nother setup, even though it's already changed from what you guys saw the last time. So yeah, there is a lot going on. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You know, I hope I still have somebody watching it, because I understand it's been forever and a day since I posted anything. And I'm sorry for that. But yeah, I hope we can get back to it, and I hope this becomes regular. See you guys soon.